everything fails when you do it in demo mode. Okay, so if you're coming to this screen, first of all, what you're going to have to do is create a chat user. But anybody that's following this in the audience, there we go. Right, so what happens first of all is you get to create a chat user, and that's the way that you can communicate with various parties inside Totem accounting. It's completely separate to the blockchain identity. It's just a useful mechanism that we have for communicating between parties. The second thing that you'll be asked to do is actually create an identity, and we view an identity very similar to a company, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be a personal identity. And as I mentioned earlier on, it can be a personal identity within a company at the lowest level of the employee. But let's just give this another name, Chris. And I can choose whether it's a personal or business one. I'm just going to choose it as a personal one for the moment. So I have to do a backup process, which will download my information to the desktop or wherever I want to put it. And then I have to confirm that backup before I go back in. So these are just some sort of onboarding steps that you need to do. But at this particular point in time, you basically have a fully functional accounting ledger attached to that identity. So this is kind of enterprise level accounting. Now, unfortunately, Adam can't do anything at the moment, but what he's going to do is he's just going to quickly send out a message on the global chat system. So I've got my, and in my other user, which is actually, imagine another person somewhere else, I can potentially see that Adam Jones 123 has sent me a message, and I can request from him an identity. And this will become clear as to why I'm doing that in a second. So I can give a reason, any type of reason that I want to, but I just want to add him as my partner. So I send a message out to Adam, and he gets the message, and it just basically says, I'm going to share my identity with you. And this is how we set up the relationship between partners and suppliers in sort of business context, but it can also be friends as well. So I'm saying, OK, I'm going to share my identity with that person that requested it, but I'm going to give it a different name, just so that we can see what actually happens here. So that identity is now shared with, if we go back here, with the originator, who says, OK, I'm going to add you to my partners list. So Adam will now be added to the partners list. And what I can do is I can transfer him some funds. But just before I do that, what you'll notice here is that it's in the internal currency of the system, which is Totem. But I could actually transfer, I can simply say how many US dollars I want to transfer to him, add an amount. Of course, everybody's seen this before. These are kind of blockchain transactions. Select a partner, Adam, I'm going to send that to, I'm going to send him $1,000. And of course, that will now shortly arrive in Adam's account. There we go. Adam gets a message saying, I've received this money from Chris. And if you look in here, OK, it says, again, it's using the internal currency of the system. But he could, theoretically, by going into settings, change this to euros. And now it will display in euros. So although I sent dollars, what Adam receives now is what he considers to be euros. What I'm going to do is just quickly create a task for Adam. But before I do that, I'm just going to quickly show you the financial statement, which is basically what accounting is all about. So I'm going to change this settings to US dollars for the originator. And now my entire financial statement is displayed in US dollars. But what we're going to look at is how this peer-to-peer accounting actually works. So I'm going to set up a task for Adam. I'm going to cost it $150. and I'm going to say who it's for. The current date is the 30th of June, so I'm going to make it, let's make it the 4th of July. And I'm going to submit that task. Now, what will actually happen here is it begins the process of setting up the peer-to-peer accounting between myself and Adam. And what you will see in the balance account is that you'll see that there is a Totem runtime deposit escrow account where that $150 is sitting. So until Adam has actually taken part of that then and has accepted his task, he's got a to-do task here. Until he's actually done something with that, he doesn't get the money. So the money is set aside on, in escrow. And if we look at his financial statement, at this particular point in time, he doesn't have anything special in there. He just has the money that I transferred to him. And just remember, 10 minutes ago, he didn't exist. So already his balance sheets have been updated automatically without him having to do anything, without him having to get involved with any accountant. So he's going to mark that task as done. And this sets up the creation of an invoice process. And inside my accounts, I will now see, I think I have to refresh this, I will see that there's an accounts payable item in my accounts. Inside the control accounts, in purchase control, I've got this 150 that I now owe Adam because he's actually sent me the invoice. But you didn't see that, it just happened automatically. And this is essentially what we've been working on. And now, what you'll see with this purchase control is when I actually pay that invoice, which I can do directly here, it will automatically update my purchase control, and you saw it happen there, and it will update my profit and loss and my expenses with the 150 that I've just sent Adam. And if we go to Adam, we'll find that he's got a little notification of what's happened here. I'll just close the chat window. I may have to just quickly refresh that. The task is marked as completed, and his profit and loss will show income in the euro amounts because the conversion has taken place automatically. But this was done without any accountant being involved whatsoever. And that's basically it. That's the demo in a nutshell. So I hope you enjoyed it.